Welcome back to the Love Talk Show, and we are talking about mess and love do not match, right?
Yes.
And right now we are going to go to the streets. Is that right?
Once again, yes.
Once again, and we've been asking people whether they should, keep certain things in secret or if they should disclose everything. So let's see what people had to say in the streets.
I believe it does. If I don't know anything, it doesn't hurt me, although that's linked to the idea of suspicion in a relationship. So I guess if you trust each other, there's nothing that you wouldn't know anyway.
Yeah, I think it's true, but I wouldn't recommend it. I don't think you should keep secrets, but yeah, I think if you don't know it, it's not going to hurt you.
So do you think it's best to be honest in a relationship, or do you think there's some things that partners don't need to know about each other?
Well, I think there are some things in the past that they don't need to know, but in the present you need to be honest, otherwise it's not based on trust.
So it's okay to hide things from your past.
Oh yeah, because I think we've all done things in the past that we don't particularly, we're not pleased about. So it's probably, there's no need to sort of divulge all those, I don't think. But anything in the present, you should be sort of trustworthy and honest.
Well, as we can see, bottom line is this: honesty, right? One must be honest all the time. Now, I think what the gentleman said here, the last one, is very accurate, right? It's something in the past. Let's use our example, right? Our relationship as an example. It's something that happened when we didn't know each other. We were not together. Do I need to disclose that? Maybe not. Why? Why do I need to? It's in the past, it didn't involve us, so there is no need. Maybe I would feel more comfortable. Maybe there is a need inside of me to talk to someone about it. That's fine. But how early in the relationship should I say that? Maybe not in the early stage of the relationship. In the early stage of the relationship, you should be focused on something else. That maybe it's something for later on. Now, we are married. We've been married for, we're going to celebrate our 16th anniversary this year. So yes, we have to be honest. We have to disclose everything. You can't hide, because now if I hide anything from you, that's going to be a big problem. Look at your face.
It's not gonna work. Now the thing is, I think also it's to know when to say. Obviously, I met you, we're going out, we went out for a few dates, I'm not gonna tell you my life story. But I think it depends on how whatever happened in the past can affect us, can affect our future. One of the Dear Love Talks we had, the question was, this couple, they had this long distance relationship, and now they were going to meet, and he was going to propose, or he had proposed and she had accepted. But then he wanted to know how to break to her that he had been in prison in the past. I think.
Yeah, I remember that one.
Yeah, I think absolutely. This is something that I need to know. If I'm to marry you, if I am to have a serious relationship with the person, I need to know things like that, even though it has happened in the past, but it's a big deal.
So it comes down to the level of information. What happened? Maybe it's something irrelevant. What is the point of?
It won't change anything.
It won't change anything.
Yeah.
I used to lie in the past, or maybe, I don't know, something small. Not something that could cause a big impact on the relationship now. But that kind of information is important, because there's a record there. That man who needs to find a job, for example, in the future, he's gonna need to apply for certain things, and someone who run his records, and it might come up that something happened in the past, and then she's gonna say, what happened in the past that now you can't get a job, you can't get a passport, you can't get a visa? And then he's gonna say, oh, well, I was in prison for 6 years, for 5 years.
And also the reason why he went.
Exactly.
I know this
could
guy
cause problems there and then, right? But also, character-wise, she needs to know who he is.
Yeah, that is honesty. He needs to be upfront, because if you really changed, I think this is
Yes.
This is an information that you
That's
need
a sign
to
of the
share.
change.
Because it's like this. Let's say he went to prison because he assaulted a woman. But I don't know him because we're getting to know each other long distance. So it also talks about your character. It's important that I
So
know.
that's a sign of change. A sign of change is revealing that.
You admit that you've made a
Yes,
mistake.
that's what I did, that's what happened, but I'm no longer that person. So I just need you to know. Whether you want to carry on this relationship or not, it's up to you. But I'm just telling you who I am. Now, not saying that, hiding that, raise a question. Are you really changed? Why are you hiding? If you have something to hide, maybe because you haven't changed.
Yeah, so that thing of what you don't know can't hurt you. Yes, it can. Because if it's something relevant enough, when it comes to the surface, you will hurt both of you. So you need to know what needs to be said, how important it is for the relationship that the other person knows, and when to say it. If that person is not committed to you, then of course, why would you say delicate things about your life? But if it's a relationship where you have committed to each other, you mean, to stay together, then it's important that you are open and honest about past, present, and future.
Right, so then let's go back to Mary's story and see how her story developed. Let's take a look.
And in that relationship, again, I was longing to be loved. I was longing to have that comfort. I was longing to, I was looking at other people that I knew, they had good relationships, that they appeared to have good relationships, love, other friends or families, they had their mum, their dad, everything was like 2.4 children, kind of nice. So at that point, I started to desire to be happy in love, but I was also fearful and afraid of being hurt. So in those relationships, I was not totally honest. I lied a lot about who I was. I tried to put up an image of someone that was kind of strong, but, wanted to have a relationship. I was really messed up inside, but I really wanted to have that kind of close relationship. And in that particular relationship I was in for 4 years, even the person cheated on me and I stayed. I went back again, to the point where that person was moving back to another country for a while. So we ended up having to end that relationship, but I didn't end it until I found someone else and entered into my third long-term relationship.
It's funny that you didn't trust.
Yeah.
One part of you thought, it can never work because men are like this, like that. But at the same time, you couldn't stay without somebody.
Yeah, I couldn't stay without someone by my side. It's almost like I became fearful of being by myself. But when I was in a relationship, I was very guarded. I still had this kind of, I didn't let myself I wasn't fully open and honest with who I was.
How would you treat men, those men that you had a relationship with? Would you treat them with a superior, some sort of superiority, like bossing? No, because
I would pay for everything in a restaurant.
Why? Why?
Because I wanted to be an independent woman,
right?
But show them that I was a strong woman. That's
why I'm asking you, because you grew up with that image of men, already hate them to your guts, and they kept disappointing you through all those relationships that you had. So in my mind, it's like, okay, you wouldn't play like a puppy around them. You would be like,
I was very
tough.
I was quite. That's what I was. I was quite tough. I would dictate quite a lot of things,
which perhaps then would put them off also.
Yeah, I think they didn't see any softness in me. I was too rough, I wasn't very affectionate, not really. I just wanted to have someone by my side, but deep down inside, I desperately wanted to find love.
And how long did the third relationship last?
That was 3 years.
Interesting that your relationships, they lasted for a while.
Yeah.
Right? Even though you had that attitude and that mindset, it proves that you wanted, you were doing the same things, but you wanted a different outcome.
Yeah. Hoping for something different, but was not getting anywhere.
Well, that's quite messy indeed. So before we go any further with her story, we're going to take a quick break. We'll see you in a few minutes.